Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers, and welcome once more to Requiem for London. Our scene is set once more in the Shunt Club, although it is a little different than last time. Someone has been a busy little rabbit, it seems, and as Chester Hill continues his nightly routine, being one of the barmen, he cannot help but notice these changes and the very distinctly different mood of his masked friend.
At the Shunt Club, Chester would have noticed that the bunny rabbit has given orders to the management to close the doors, the entrance to the club, and light candles on certain other areas which are entrances into the club, like the back entrance and the front entrance. Light all these candles, which of course you sort of stay away from. And the bunny seems to be hidden. He doesn't seem to be showing his face, but you keep hearing sort of screams and sobbing around the club, and you'll see on the walls, painted in again a very artistic sort of manner, writings and words saying he's back and the devil has awoken. And you'll see also like nursery rhymes also being written on the walls, and the staff are quite freaked out, but again they're thinking this is probably another artistic event that they've not been told about. And I will tell you one of the nursery rhymes, which is, if children do not go to their beds, Mr. Stitches will come and sew them to their sheets.
No, he will smile, have a small smile at himself and pretending he's just talking to himself, but he knows that the bunny will most probably hear this, and he'll just go, "Oh, my dear Mr. Bunny, why is Mr. Stitches scaring you so?"
You won't hear any response. Again, you'll just hear sobbing and sometimes laughing, a crazed laughter just echoing through the halls. And again, the staff are quite freaked out. And at this point, Samantha will turn to see you, and she seems quite unnerved. She's a bit frightened, and she will ask you what's going on, what's happening.
It's just and he'll, well, as he usually does he talks to her, he'll take her in take his shoulder in one arm and caress her face with the other, and goes, "It's just a change of themes, my dear. Nothing more."
Oh, okay. That bunny man seems quite funny sometimes, but he works hard at his art, I guess. She holds herself and sort of strokes herself as if cold or a breeze is going through, but there is no breeze. She's just unsettled. There is an aura of dread. There's a sense of dread in the club.
He'll brush her hair away from her face. He'll kiss her and he'll say, "Don't worry, my dear. I'm here."
As long as you're here, I'm sure I'll be fine. You'll protect me, won't you?
And he'll smile and goes, "Of course I will. You're my princess."
Oh, thank you. She'll lean in for another kiss or a hug. And yeah, at this point, and while she's doing that, you will hear your phone buzzing once or twice, and it'll be other people calling you. Another female figure that you fed off from recently, yesterday, in fact.
Yeah, he'll just, are they phone calls or are they messages?
They're phone calls. You've been having a few of them recently. These people that you've either given your number to, or they've somehow found your number and have started calling you.
For now, he's at work, so if he might have a quick conversation, but make it as quick as possible if he can. Otherwise, he might just send text messages saying I'm at work and we'll
If
see
you
each other soon and stuff like that.
well, if you do that, Samantha will give you a bit of a glaze and go, oh, "Who's that? Some other tramp?"
And he'll say, I've engaged some other people. They're not as important. They're not important. You're you're the queen around here. You're the queen to my world.
Oh, prove it. Do that thing to me again. Make me feel good again. You have fed from her quite a lot recently, and she is at sort of 3 dots in blood pool. She's really low.
All right. Um, I'll say you and he'll say, guys, you're looking a bit pale tonight, my dear. I'm afraid if I do that, I might hurt you. I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm fine. I'm more than fine. Just do that thing again. And please, if you really cared, you would.
Yes, well, guys, I know you don't mind being if I hurt you, but I do. I don't want to hurt my dear little princess.
She'll give you a bit of a huff and kind of turn away, and she'll just go, "I knew you didn't care," and she'll storm off. She'll storm off in a manner. And I'd say at this point to another individual probably observed this scene or saw this scene happen. Take it away, Ben.
Yes, as Samantha storms out, as Chester follows her, he'll see another person just meet her gaze for just a second, and he will notice a smile that's very familiar. A smirk that he himself wears, the smirk often associated with incredible self-confidence, and perhaps the prospect of a challenge, as he just sort of watches her go, this individual, this man, this Caucasian man with sort of curly black hair, wearing a top hat in some sort of suit, maybe some strange tuxedo. It almost looks like a costume to you at this point, or something that is out of time, some sort of Victorian style getup. If you knew any better, you would say that he was some sort of actor that the rabbit had hired for one of the things, but he doesn't have any particular gala, any particular section of the Shun Club where he's performing. He's just sort of walking towards the bar, using a cane to prop himself up, although he clearly doesn't need it. He sees you, and then you recognize it, the look in his eyes, when you're no longer focusing on that smile, that predatory gleam in his eyes, and he recognizes this in you, and then smiles at you, and slowly begins to walk up.
Chester will walk up to him, well, to the count with the counter, of course, separating them, and he'll smile and he'll say, "Well, hello there. It seems I have found a brother."
Like, hello, 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 and good evening, my good sir. As he props his cane down in front of him, staring at you, he tips his hat and says, I do believe you are the man I am looking for. Are you? He over-exaggerated looks to the left and to the right, even though he's clearly not trying to hide what he's saying. One Chester Hill.
And he'll smile and goes, someone else trying to find me, and this time it's not and he'll lean in. This time it's not a human. And he'll goes, how exciting. Goes, now, what exactly did you want from Mr. Chester Hill?
Well, first thing I wanted to find out is if the rumors about you were true. And he just sort of looks at you and says, "You don't look like an elder. Don't look
And
much older than a few of the lads I know, actually. But I am being incredibly rude. I know your name, but you don't know mine." As then he will take off his hat, and in this, again, over exaggerated flourish, he'll say, "The name's Robert Von Black. But you can just call me Bob. Bob Von Black."
he'll look at him for guys and goes, if you don't mind, I'd rather call you Robert. Much more sophisticated.
Sophistication. For sophistication is for the dogs. What I want is creativity. And there'll be 100 different Roberts in London, but there'll only be one Bob Von Black.
And he'll smile and goes, I'll give you that.
Come on, you don't want me to go around calling you Mr. Hill now, do you?
Goes, very well. Point taken.
Oh, my good sir. Are you going to just stand behind the bar and serve people up, or are you going to join me over here with a drink? I heard that they might actually have some of that delicious cherry-flavored wine in stock.
Yeah, I'd say they probably do. He'll just mumble to himself, Mr. Bunny, am I allowed to have a timeout for a little minute? And, well, since David isn't here, we'll just say that the bunny knows it all.
It's the bunny probably is just as like preoccupied with his
Yeah.
like mumbling and distant crying as he was before, so it'll be one of those like, if you want me to do this, don't say anything. Okay, I'll join you.
yeah, David will say. Yeah, I'll say actually, just as Hill goes, Mr. Bunny, if you don't want me to go on the other side of the counter and join this gentleman, you have 3 seconds. And he'll go, 3 seconds have passed. And he'll go on the other side of the counter. And he'll as he goes on the other side of the counter, he'll get 2 glasses of cherry flavored wine. He'll put them in the, what they have as like champagne wine glasses.
So he'll hold it up and go, "Cheers, good boy." Then clink of the glass, and then he will take a nice sip of it and just smack his lips. Don't know where he gets the stuff, but
Guys, in the small time I've been in London, I've learned not to go too much into the bunny's secrets.
And just how long have you been in London, old boy? I haven't seen you around, and you seem to have made quite a, shall we say, a reputation amongst the Carthians already. Man, it's not like them to blacklist someone who's only been here for what, a couple of weeks? A month?
And he'll just smile and goes, well, Mike has a foul mouth, and when you point that out to him, it seems he doesn't like.
Mike, I am not remembering anyone by that name.
Yeah, it is Mike, isn't it? Out of character.
It is. He honestly doesn't has never met Mike, or he'd know exactly who you're talking about.
He'll smile and goes, he's one of the heads around here. Because he is, though, incredibly as in around here, because he's one of the important figures of the Carthian movement. And let's just say, and he'll think for him, goes, fuck the fucking fuckers is a normal sentence for him.
Sounds like a absolutely dreadful individual as he swirls the cherry-flavored wine around his glass but doesn't take a sip yet. Says, if you were talking to someone like that, though, you were probably trying to join the movement, weren't you?
Because I was until I saw that they had such an individual in their rank.
Hmm.
Because if they have someone like that talking to other covenants, how are they gonna get any credibility? It's thank God they have John with him though. I've
Well,
talked to him. He seems much more, reliable.
I haven't seen or met John, but I've heard about him. Hmm.
I'm sure you'll
Sounds
have a
like
better enough.
hmm. Sounds like your average lord, if you know what I'm saying.
I'll say he is the one that made me want to join the movement, and Mike was the one that made me want out.
If you'll smile, you'll see some slightly pointed teeth. So you'll say, let me give you a kind word of advice as I'm going to take a wild guess here, but one serpent to another.
Okay, guessed as much.
Delightful. Glad to hear that that rumor is true. It's going to be nice to have a brother in town. The lords never tell you anything without wanting something in return. Doesn't matter who they were or what they're trying to do, it's not in their nature to ask something without wanting something from you.
Hell's Mongoose, yes. They oh guys oh kindred around here often ask for some favors back. It is never just out of the goodness of their heart.
Now, I wouldn't say that exactly. There's plenty of goodness to go around if you know where to look. What's important to remember is the family comes first.
Okay, so yes, the family around here. Guys, I haven't met any brethren yet, except for you.
Would you like to, though?
Then he'll say, "Of course I would."
Hmm. It just so happens that it's right around this time that our clan's going to be getting ready for the Royal Elysium that's coming up. Me and my pals and, well, my covenant are just about to do the same, but seeing as you're new in town, and if the rumors about you being one of us are true, I had to make sure that you'd get the proper invitation and know where to go.
And where is it exactly? I would need to go.
As he will just slide you a piece of paper once he withdraws it from his anachronistic Victorian suit and just slides it over. Now, out of character, I don't know exactly the place yet, but the address is going to be written on the piece of paper.
Okay, totally should make it the Globe Theater. Uh,
Out of character, that's a mighty fine idea.
and he'll
You know,
take
we'll
it
do it.
and
We'll do it. It says the Globe Theater.
cool. And he'll smile on this and goes, "What a wonderful place to what a wonderful place to meet. I've always wanted to be there."
It is. Well, let's just say it's one of the few places that can probably contain the sheer majesty of having so many of us in one place.
And you guess, and what a suitable place for our family.
As you'll take another drink of the cherry flavored wine and put it back down and say, we'll do what we can, and you'll be able to talk to some of the other members of our family. But I'd like to also extend another invitation. I am not a member of the movement, nor am I a member of the Invictus, which I'm going to assume you are probably not a fan of if the first thing you did was try to throw your lot in with the Carthians as soon as you came to London. But I am part of an order that likes to distance itself from politics, from all of the silliness of it all, really. jockeying for who's in control, who owns what, how many people you got by the rope, if you know what I mean, where the
And
body's buried.
he'll smile and goes, "I've always hated the hypocritical side that comes with politics."
You know, there is some wonder out there in the night. If you know where to look, you can find things that just baffle them elders in the Invictus's minds.
He'll say, oh, he'll smile and then he'll say, "How interesting. It seems you have piqued my curiosity."
If I have, I would like to formally invite you to a class a friend of mine is going to be running. His name's Deidre Graves. He is going to be renting out one of those rooms for a night class down by one of the local colleges. If you're interested in learning about really what's out there in the night, not only that, but how it can benefit you and what you can gain from trying to go beyond this accursed state, I'd consider going there, listen to hearing about what he has to say. He can be a little odd, but my particular group, we like the odd ones. The odd ones, the ones with the creative mind.
And he'll
The ones
smile.
who don't want to go by Mr. Hill or Robert. Those ones. Those are the minds we like to get in our covenant.
And he'll smile and goes, "I may not have dealt with your covenant yet, but I've dealt with the odd one. Haven't you heard of the guy who owns this place?"
Are you talking about the, as you'll just sort of listen to the cackling followed by intermittent sobs off in the distance and the nursery rhyme on the wall as he just sort of looks at it a little bit close and goes, "Fuck, man." And he sort of gets distracted by that as he's now looking. He was so focused on like talking to you that he didn't notice what was written on the walls. Which Chester can roll a wits plus empathy if he wants.
And with plus empathy, let me.
I'm going to give him a minus to his subterfuge, so this is going to be -1 from your roll.
Okay, that's just a chance dice, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I do still have one dice. I'm not sure if it's still like.
Okay, as long as you have a number above like 0, you're good.
Zero. Okay. Okay, so it's not a chance dice. It's a normal dice then.
Yep, one
And
normal
it's
dice.
damn it, so
Oh, it's a
close.
failure. Yeah, you don't catch it then. As he just says, "You're new in town, right? You've never heard of Mr. Stitches, have you?"
And he'll look at the nursery rhyme and goes, "Not before then, but I guess if the bunny is scared of him, he's someone to look at."
Oh, he's someone to be very scared about. He's made a bit of urban legends himself, even amongst the kine. You see, I've been in London long enough to know about old Stitches, and the oldest kindred in town was young when Mr. Stitches was in London. Don't think it was even called London when he was embraced. But he is a very, very old haunt.
And he'll say, "I'll try not to mess with him."
Better. I know I wouldn't. But enough about that horrifying revelation. My organization likes to keep itself a secret, especially its dealings. We don't care about your religion. We don't care about your political inclinations. All we care about is that you want to evolve beyond this nightly state of waking up, feeding, going back to sleep. What would it be like if you didn't have that hunger? If you didn't have to drain that pretty little thing you were talking to every few nights? What if you could control the hunger? What if you no longer could fear fire, but still had all that amazing power that comes from the blood? Wouldn't that
And,
be something, my good sir?
he'll smile, and as he looks to Sam, who's working, and he'll smile and goes, "It would be wonderful not to hurt her. Poor girl, she thinks I don't care about her." And he'll smile at him and goes, "As a Daeva, I'm sure you know I actually do."
Hmm. Like I said, there are some things you can still do out of the kindness of your heart. Come to the college class. It's going to be in a couple nights' time. Listen to what he has to say. If it perks your curiosity, and if you don't mind getting into a bit of, shall we say, academia, our covenant might be just the thing you're looking for. None of this bullshit politics, just exploring what lies in the darkness.
And he'll smile and goes, "It seems like an interesting event."
Well then, I hope to see you again, especially at the Globe Theatre. That is going to be amazing. We are going to have our little gathering matched by having a performance of Carmen. It'll be a magnificent show. As he'll then get himself up, finish the last of the wine, give you
As
a tip
he
of the hat
leaves,
again.
Tester Hill will say, "And you must come to one of the tea parties one night."
No, thank you. There are some mysteries that I know I'm not ready to solve. You can keep your rabbit and you can keep your Mr. Stitches. I've got another mystery I'm about to sink my teeth into. And with that, he will walk out of the Shunt Club. What's on Chester's mind is you see this strange man with his cane walking away. Although you can give me one last perception check if you'd like, wits plus composure.
Wits plus composure. Yeah. Uh, One success.
One success, excellent. In that case, as he's walking away in the blare of the candle lights and the dim neon of the different lights of the Shunt Club, you will make out that as he moves, he will, instead of resting his hand on the cane, he will slide his hand down and pick it up. And for the first time, you will see that the end of the cane, the part he had his hands on while he was talking to you, actually has a metal relief of what looks like a dragon perched on top of the cane.
And he'll smile. And he'll just mumble to himself, "Oh, interesting indeed." And then he'll get up, get on the other side of the counter, and he'll try to get close to Sam again, try to convince her that he actually cares about her and that he really does it. It's really to her best interest that he doesn't feed on her yet, right now.
As you send text messages, the ever present cackling and sobbing echoes throughout the club. Interesting things are in the work, it seems, in London. And on that note, our scene will end. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely night.